When Sarah first saw the photo on the rescue website, she thought someone had accidentally uploaded a picture of a baby seal. The creature staring back at her had smooth, dark fur, enormous round eyes, and the most peculiar snout she'd ever seen on a dog. His name was Bentley, and according to the listing, he was a pitbullmix. But Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't just any ordinary dog. The rescue had found Bentley wandering alone near a coastal area in Northern California. He was severely malnourished, his ribs visible through his unusual coat, and he had a strange waddle to his walk that made him look even more like a marine mammal than a canine. Most people who visited the shelter would walk right past his kennel, unsettled by his appearance, but Sarah was captivated. If you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, I have to tell you, this story gets even more incredible. Stories like Bentley's are why we share these rescues, and your subscription helps us reach more people who might give these special animals a chance. Please hit that subscribe button, because what happens next will absolutely melt your heart. Sarah adopted Bentley within a week of seeing his photo. The rescue coordinator warned her that his medical history was incomplete. They had no idea about his breed mix, and his behavior was, well, peculiar. But Sarah didn't care. She saw something special in those seal-like eyes.
The first few weeks at home were fascinating. Bentley moved differently than any dog Sarah had ever known. Instead of the typical canine gait, he had this unusual shuffling motion with his front legs held close to his body. When he laid down, he'd tuck his paws underneath himself and balance on his belly, exactly like a seal resting on a rock. Even more bizarre, he absolutely loved water, but refused to swim like a normal dog. Instead, he'd bob up and down, using his whole body in an undulating motion. Sarah took videos and posted them online, jokingly calling him her land seal. The comments exploded. Thousands of people were enchanted by his peculiar mannerisms. But then, something unexpected happened. A veterinary geneticist reached out to her. Dr. Michelle Chen specialized in rare canine genetic conditions and had been following Bentley's videos with growing fascination. She offered to do a comprehensive genetic test and physical examination completely free of charge. Sarah agreed immediately, desperate to understand what made Bentley so unique. The results were astounding. Bentley had an extremely rare genetic mutation affecting his skeletal and muscular development. His bone structure was compressed in certain areas, particularly in his limbs and spine, creating that distinctive seal-like appearance and movement. His coat had an unusual texture because his hair follicles produced a slightly different protein structure than typical dogs. Even his swimming behavior was connected to his condition. His body instinctively moved in ways that accommodated his unique physiology. But here's where the story takes an even more remarkable turn. Dr. Chen discovered that Bentley's condition, while rare, wasn't causing him pain. In fact, he had adapted so well to his body that he was thriving. His heart was strong, his organs functioned normally, and neurologically, he was perfectly healthy. He was just built differently. The genetic testing revealed something else, too. Bentley was indeed part pit bull, but he also had DNA from breeds that were totally unexpected, water dog varieties that likely contributed to his affinity for aquatic environments. It was as if nature had created a living bridge between land and sea mammals, all in the form of one incredibly special dog. Sarah started documenting Bentley's daily life more seriously. She showed how he'd perfected what she called seal scooting across hardwood floors, how he'd position himself in front of the fan and let his jowls flap like a seal's whiskers in the wind, how he'd clap his front paws together when excited, just like a seal performing a trick. The internet was obsessed, but beyond the entertainment value,
Bentley's story was changing perspectives. Comments poured in from people who admitted they would have passed by a dog that looked different. Teachers started using his videos in classrooms to discuss genetic diversity and the importance of not judging by appearances. Rescue organizations reported increased interest in their less adoptable animals.
Bentley also became a therapy dog, his gentle nature and unusual appearance making him perfect for working with children who felt different themselves. Kids with visible differences or disabilities would light up when they met him. Here was a creature who looked nothing like other dogs, but was living his best life, completely unbothered by being unique. Sarah often thought about that moment she first saw his photo. What if she had scrolled past like so many others? What if she'd let his appearance convince her he wasn't worth the chance? She would have missed out on the most incredible companion she'd ever known. Bentley's favorite activity became what Sarah called beach meditation. They'd go to the shore during quiet hours and he'd find a spot where the waves just barely reached. He'd settle into his seal position, close his eyes, and let the water lap at his paws while making the most contented sounds. People would stop and stare, some pulling out their phones, others just watching in peaceful amazement at this peculiar creature who seemed to belong to two worlds at once.
The veterinary community began studying Bentley's case for research. His unique genetics offered insights into developmental biology and adaptation. Sarah gave permission for his DNA to be used in studies, hoping that understanding his condition might help other animals or even contribute to broader genetic research. Bentley's story spread far beyond just social media. Veterinary schools started using his case in their curriculum, teaching future vets about rare genetic conditions and the importance of treating every animal as an individual. Animal shelters across the country reported that after seeing Bentley's videos, more people were willing to consider adopting pets with unusual appearances or special needs. Today, Bentley is 4 years old and living his absolute best life. He has his own following on social media, his own line of merchandise with proceeds going to rescue organizations, and he's changed countless minds about what it means to be perfect. What do you think matters more, how an animal looks or the love they have to give? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.